Hi and welcome to CADvantage. Today I will cover the basics on making freehand multi-view sketches of some three-dimensional objects. Drafting is the international language of the industry. It is a precise form of communication containing detailed information from the designer to those who will produce a product. In drawing these multiviews for the three-dimensional objects here, I am going to use the third angle projection, which is the standard used in the United States, which means that the top view is drawn above the front view and the right side view is drawn to the right side of the front view. The views are always positioned such that the top view is aligned with the front view, meaning it's exactly above it, and also that the right view is aligned with the front view. So let's start with each of these three-dimensional objects, and we will draw the top view, also known as the plan view, the front and the side views. The black arrow points to the front of the object. The red arrow points to the view from the top. And the blue arrow points to the right side of the design. The top view therefore shows the width and depth of the object. Now I am going to begin with the front view. I'm going to count the number of grids that define the diameter of each of these three circles appearing in the view. So you can see that the front view shows the width and the height of the object. Now after the front view has been measured and drawn, it can be projected up to the top view. So we need not remeasure the width in that view. Likewise, the height of the front view can be projected to the right view. The right view shows the height and depth of the object. So now let's talk about the lines. So you can see that the object lines that are visible in that particular view are the thickest of all. These are shown in black thick lines. And the hidden lines, they reveal surfaces that would not be visible in a certain view. These are shown in dashed blue lines. Some examples of hidden lines include holes. They also included surfaces that are located. They locate the edge of the view of a surface and change of planes. And finally, the red lines define the center lines of the circles or the arcs as applicable. Okay, so that's our second three-dimensional object, and if we look at it from the front, this object is positioned such that the circular base is perpendicular to the line of sight here, which means that on the front view you will see all of these circular objects that will look like circles. So you see a semicircle here, which is this portion here, which is what we are looking at on the front view, like so. The red lines of course represent the circular axis which go across the diameter of these circles, and at this point we assume that this hole right here, which is the innermost circle on here, which is showing up in the front view like this, is a through hole, meaning that it goes all the way through the object. So what is a circle on the front view, in the top view you can see that this through hole which is going through is shown by a pair of hidden lines. Same thing if you look at the right view, so you can see that this through hole that goes through the object is shown by a set of parallel lines which are hidden lines. So they appear hidden in both the top and the right side views. And you can see that all these views are placed that they line up. So the top view lines up exactly with the front view, and the right view also is aligned with the front view. The next object that we have is here, and again this is also positioned such that when we look at it from the front, you see that the circular portion is perpendicular to the line of sight. So on the front view, you will see this exact shape which is shown on the front view like this. And then we have two cutouts which you can see. There's a cutout here and there's one behind. So on the top view, you see that you just project the geometry and align the views so that you don't have to remeasure again. So you simply count the number of squares and you can project this geometry right here. You can see this front cutout and the rear cutout which matches these two right here, and then you have a through hole again which is a circle here in the front, and you can see two parallel lines that show the through hole going through the object. Same thing, this hole when seen from the right side, meaning when you look at it from the right side, you can see these represented by hidden lines. And yes, a look at number 4. So here on the left we have the three-dimensional object, and let's take a look at the front, top and side views. So you have this in the front view with the black arrow pointing towards it, and that's the front view. So there is this through hole throughout this object, and you can see in the top view this through hole shown by a set of parallel lines which are hidden, and then of course you have the center line shown here. For this circle right here, you have the center line here, and then for this semicircle, you have the center line to the left, and then of course for this semicircle, the center line on the right. Same thing, right view. So you just project the geometry of the front view onto the right view, and the through hole is shown by the set of parallel lines which are hidden lines in blue, and you have the center line going to the right. A quick look at number 5, and there's the object, the three-dimensional object here, the three arrows pointing towards the front, the top and the right side view. And again, here's how we have the front view showing up like so. So you have this front shown right here, and then you have this shape behind shown here. So then you want to project the geometry to the top and of course to the right, and you have these center lines shown here, and there are no hidden lines on this view. That's the isometric view for object number 8 on our sheet. And to the right, of course, you will see the front, top and right side views. All the views are aligned with each other. You can see the hidden lines for this opening right here projected onto the front view, and then of course you have the top view. Moving on to sketch 9. So that's the isometric view, and let's take a quick look at the front, top and right side views. So to the front you see this basic shape, and then you have this opening here, and then to the top view you project the same geometry, and then on the right side view you see this opening which has a arc at the top, and then of course you need the center lines which are shown in red. The same center line is of course projected onto the top view, And you see, take a closer look, and here the hidden lines on the right side view. And that's how we have all the views covered. So you've seen all the front, top and right side views of each of these three-dimensional objects.